Well, just a quick family background. I was born and raised in Milford, Massachusetts. I'm the fifth of 10 kids, and
Wow.
decided after high school, I graduated from Milford High School in 1986, and I decided that that I really didn't want to go off to college, didn't really know what I wanted to do with myself, so I joined the military, and I was a Marine from 86 to 90, and went to 16 different countries, 37 of the 50 states, so did a lot of traveling, did a lot of growing up, and in 1990 I decided to get out and go to school.
So you feel pretty welcome to our school, I'm getting.
I mean, absolutely. I understand that the school went through quite a bit back in the spring, and I had the privilege of meeting the former principal, who was just first class. I keep using that word, but it's the best word to describe him. Telling me that he's a phone call away if I had any questions or anything,
Yeah.
and I've tried not to abuse that because I know that I have to kind of learn by doing. And but again, the students have been great, the staff has been great, the community's been extremely welcoming, and my wife said, well, you still come home with a smile on your face, and I said, well, that's because I believe in what I'm doing, and I like it here a lot, so.
Yeah. What are your plans for our new, quote-unquote, 21st century learning?
That's a great question. In fact, Mr. Stickney and I were just having a conversation before you came in. I think the biggest thing with 21st century learning is getting all teachers to believe that kids are a lot more capable of doing things that, for whatever reason, maybe they're not given enough credit to do. Case in point, I watched my 8-year-old with my laptop, and she can make that thing dance. All right, but yet I go to her classroom, and there are no computers in her classroom.
Right.
And kids today, I truly believe they can do so much more than we give you the opportunity to show us. And so saying to teachers, like for instance, when I was a social studies teacher, I may have given you tons of notes. So like I had all the knowledge and you had to be like a sponge and you had to soak it all up and then spit it out on a test. Is that really learning? I don't think so. I'd like to see if instead of me giving notes, you would come into my classroom and I might have a couple of questions on the board and say, tell you what, this is what we're going to be focusing on the next 2 class periods, and either let you work individually, in small teams, whatever, to try to be a problem solver. And then try to connect that to what they call real world learning, something that you could leave my classroom and make a connection, something that's more relevant to your life and what you're passionate about, what you're interested in learning later on in life. It's just a different mindset. The other piece is the fact that I'm looking forward to being part of the team here to redo our entire schedule, to give you guys choices, options, so that if you want to go down this particular pathway, because these are where your interests and passions are, that you're going to be given that opportunity. So it's almost like having what they call a schools within a school approach. Mm-hmm. So who knows, next year if things go well, you could find yourself signing into this particular school, or you might sign into this school, or you might sign into this school, but it's all under one roof, giving you guys more choice, and that to me is what it should all be about.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier about one accountable. Oh, Mr. Finn's going to cancel one accountable. No. For starters, I support the concept of senior awareness 1,000,000%. In fact, when I met with the seniors on the first day of school, I told the seniors I support it 1,000,000%. Having said that, with everything going on this year, I was willing to defer the senior awareness over to the former principal. I talked to him over the summer, and I talked to him actually just the week before school started. And Mr. Lowell was willing to come in and to work with a team of 12. He needed 12 staff, and not parents, because this was a school-sponsored activity. He said, Ted, you need to get me at least 12 teachers, staff members, and people who are willing to spend the night, because it's an overnight trip. He explained, he gave me the history behind how it came into being, which was even before he got here. But he said since 1999, it's been the senior class going away to I think it's New Hampshire to go hiking, and then they spend the night, and then they do all these team building activities the next day. And I said, okay, well, it sounds great. Again, I'm limited to the hiking part, but I would still be willing to show up and cook or do whatever else. And I was willing to do that. We sent messages out to the staff. I did personally 3 times over the summer. And for a variety of reasons, I only had 8 people, staff members, who were willing to do the overnight part. And excuse me, I said that wrong. I had 8 people interested. Only 6 of the 8 were willing to stay overnight. So I didn't even, I mean,
So
I
you
had
have
50%.
6. I mean, oh geez.
And we need 12.
You.
Yeah.
6 teachers
Yeah.
looking into your eye.
The other, I said, listen, I need you to do me a big favor. I need you to clarify for your seniors that Mr. Finn, okay, it feels weird talking to the third person. Let them know that
Yeah.
I support senior awareness, all right? But dispel that rumor that's going around that I canceled senior awareness, because at no time have I ever canceled it. In fact, the advisors told me that they told their seniors that our focus on the next week will be on homecoming week. And when homecoming week is over, we will start having discussions about senior awareness. From what I understand, some individuals have talked to Mr. True about putting something together, and he has offered to put a senior awareness program together, but it would have to be in between when the fall sports season is over and when the preseason begins. So it's like he's got like 3 weeks off there, that he'd be willing to kind of orchestrate an activity for the senior class. And so we'll see how that unfolds.
When is that? It's only a couple weeks from now.
And
Right?
well, you figure what the fall, well, soccer should be just about over, right? And football's over at the end of the month. So basically, it would be like the first 3 weeks of November.
Yeah, and that'd be
Give or
kind of
take.
cold to hike.
That's what.
Yeah.
But I believe from what I've seen with the senior class, if there's any group that can pull it off, to pull, something, especially in November, they will do it, and I'll do all I can to support them.
All right. Do you have any words of wisdom before we wrap this up, or
Words of wisdom.
to give out there?
That's a great question. I don't know if it would necessarily be wisdom that would come that I made up, but I remember sharing the example from that Kung Fu Panda movie, and I use that all the time because it is so true. They say, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, which is why they call it the present. And I share that with everybody I talk with because, again, we can't change yesterday. It's done and over with. And I don't have a crystal ball. I can't promise you what's going to happen, 10 minutes from now.
You can do that.
But, no, I can't. if I had a crystal ball, that would be great to predict what's going to happen to you, at 6:30 tonight. That would be great.
Be a good event for, not now.
But if we embrace the time that we have right now and not get hung up on, because whether it be students, whether it be adults, saying, well, we can't do this, and I say, well, why not? Well, we never did it before. Okay, so let's take a risk. It's a healthy risk. Let's give it a shot. So that would be my advice as we enter this new year.
Well, I think that about wraps it up.
Great. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem. Ted Finn, student of the month. Garrett Labarge, October. Represent. That's a wrap.